Now, uh, I saw on your website you have an interesting
Hmm.
take around keywords. So I want to delve into your view on keywords because I think this will be very, very interesting to speak on. So why do people who talk about keywords make you want to flip a desk?
Because so for me, it's a combination of things, right? Keywords, I think that specifically was a reference to keywords um, as like a success measure, right?
Yeah.
Because the search results that I see and the search results that you see are very different search results. Like
Hmm.
every search result is personalized, and that's something if you go back through and look at all of Bill Slawski's analysis of all of Google's patents around kind of entity recognition and query mapping, that your search results are always informed by your previous search results. And
Hmm.
so what you see based on a query, so if you're searching for like a horse and you're an equestrian lover and all of your searches historically have been about equestrian and like all of that, you'll get equestrian based results if you search for horse. But if you're a carpenter and you search mostly for kind of carpentry tools and you've got your carpentry news and your industry la di da, like you would get the carpentry horse result in your results. So there's a lot of different variations in queries and how they work and how they rank. So, and gee, it's funny that you bring that up because I think I wrote that probably like 8 years ago. That's not something that I've actually updated in a long time. Um, but I still love the XKCD comic. um, but it's yeah. So that specifically about keywords as a ranking factor, it's just so personalized. It's a vanity metric, and it. I would much rather speak to a client about how their organic visibility is impacting their traffic. I don't care what keyword they use to get there. Not in that sense. Um, but I care that it is increasing their revenue and we're getting kind of warm leads that way. Like that's what I care about. So I'd
Hmm.
rather have that conversation. And the other side of it is that Google themselves don't think really in keywords entity anymore. It's entities and it's natural language processing and it's queries as question and intent. And so that is all much more appropriate. So the example that I give, because I'm a nerd, right, is um, to kind of explain entities, right, and how that kind of affects ranking and visibility, and why just an individual keyword is not really what you want to target anymore. That you want to target the entity and the topic. Is I wouldn't think someone who wrote about New York City and never mentioned bagels or dollar pizza was worth their salt and had maybe never actually ever been to Manhattan. So it's kind of like that, where it's not just the thing in isolation anymore, which is also why I mean, and we see it as well with the helpful content update, right? There were a lot of people at the beginning of December after they did some analysis, they were saying like, oh, all of these location optimized service pages are starting to get in trouble. And that is to a certain extent an incidence of focus on keywords over the intent of the query, right?
Hmm.
Because if I'm looking for a local hot wings or like barbecue place in Sydney, I don't care if the page that I land on has Sydney written in it. I just want the information about if there's a location in this place or how I get the barbecue or how I get the hot wings. Like, I know I'm in Sydney. That is already kind of the context of my search. And so that kind of specific language is superfluous and unnecessary in terms of the actual query and the intent behind it, kind of. So yeah, that's keywords. I have a love-hate relationship with them.